The direction interval parameters are the most important to understanding how to get your tags to be placed on your entities at the proper positions and orientations based on the different angles your duct or entities are to the drawing. What the direction interval allows us to do is specify angles using the direction wheel and tell PractiCAD that if our duct happens to be at the angles we've chosen in a particular set, then those tags should follow the parameters for positioning below. The first thing we're going to do in this exercise, we're going to create two sets. We can add as many different selection sets or direction interval sets as we'd like by simply clicking on the green, create a new item or add icon, and for every click, PractiCAD will create a new set. If we click here, you'll see that it'll go down to set 3. If we'd like to remove one, highlight the one you'd like to remove and click on the little delete key. In this tutorial, we're going to keep it on 2 selection sets. Once we have the number of direction interval sets chosen, we now need to choose the different angles to define each set. We're going to choose angles by simply clicking on the direction wheel. I've clicked once under set 1 and it's cleared the wheel. If I click on the first slice of the pie, PractiCAD is going to show you that the direction interval is currently 4 when duct is running between 45 degrees and 90 degrees to the drawing. Once again, to define how PractiCAD interprets what angle an entity is to the drawing, what PractiCAD does is based upon your place by settings. Here we're choosing in. Most of the time we choose in. PractiCAD would draw a little center line through the beginning or the in joint of the duct, and the angle of that center or layout line would dictate the orientation of a particular fitting. In this particular case, this duct here would be at 0 degrees because if we drew a layout line through the in joint through the center line, it would be at 0 degrees to the drawing. If we came to the fitting up here and drew a layout line through the in joint, that line would be at 45 degrees to the drawing. Therefore, you can see that the only place that PractiCAD is currently putting tags based on set 1's direction interval is if the duct is between 45 degrees and 90 degrees. So here you can see that this duct would be at 90, this duct would be at 45, and therefore that's the only place, if we run the automatic, that PractiCAD will place those tags. If we go to select this piece of the pie, PractiCAD will update the direction interval window. It'll show us from 0 to 90. And now you can see that this duct, because it's at 0 degrees, it's getting tagged. So what we want to do is we want to choose the different direction intervals for each set. What we're going to do here is for set 1, we're going to say that we'd like it to go all the way from 90 degrees all the way down to 270 degrees. And then what we're going to do is for set 2, we're going to say that we would like it to pick up where the other one left off. So what we're going to do here for set 2 is we're going to say we're just going to highlight the other sides of the wheel. Now, one very important thing to mention. If you design your direction intervals correctly, you should never reuse the same angle twice. Which means that if I were to look at the preview, notice here that I can see a 56-inch tag because under set 2, the direction interval goes from 90 to 270. So 90 degrees is up here, and it's going all the way down the wheel to 270 degrees. And this duct on the drawing is at 270 because of where it's angled. Notice that under set 1, we also have it going from 90 all the way to 270, which means that if we run the automatic, we're going to get a tag twice at 270 degrees. So the proper way to design your direction intervals is to make sure you don't reuse the same angle. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say for set 1, we don't want to go from 270. We want to go from 271. Notice that you can type in any angle you want. You do not have to type in full angles. I can say that I'd only like this direction interval to go from 285. And if I hit it, PractiCAD will shave that slice of the pie. Here what we're going to do is we're going to say we want it to pick up at 271. The first size break or set is going to go from angle 271 all the way up to angle 90. The second set is going to go from 91 all the way to 270. This way we're never reusing the same direction interval or angle twice. This way, if we scroll out and we look at our preview, and the preview is a very big help, you can see that we're going to set everything. We're going to keep it on our 45 degrees. You're going to notice that we've got only 1, 2, 3, 4 fittings showing tags on this set. And if we switch it to set 1, you should see the tags on the remaining. That means we've designed it correctly. So once we've designed our sets correctly, and the number of sets and the angles that define the sets, now we need to choose the parameters that the tag should follow within each set. And what we're saying is that set 1 will have different choices from base point all the way down than set 2 will have from base point all the way down.